Good evening, friends. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. This is a vast topic. I underestimated when I chose this topic. When I started working on this one, I realized that it is highly voluminous. So let me start this session right away. Ups and downs in life. I think you can read the title. Purpose of this talk is to empower you with the knowledge and skills to manage ups and downs in life effectively and efficiently. First question I would like to ask. Have you experienced ups and downs in your life? If yes, put Y in the chat box, alphabet Y. Yes, Sandoshi, Roy Chirian, Krishnarjunan. Okay, good. So now that means this topic is relevant for everybody. This webinar is based on FEQ. Facts, experience, quotes. I reviewed more than 300 quotations and some proverbs while preparing this session. More than 300. Then I cherry-picked more than 20 quotations and proverbs. LATA MANGESHKAR, her quote, first quote, I have always loved life, irrespective of all the ups and downs that have filled my journey. LATA MANGESHKAR started her singing career when she was 13 years old. She was single, unmarried. She sang more than 50,000 songs in 14 different languages. And she said that she experienced ups and downs in her life. Are you not surprised? If you are surprised, put yes in the alphabet, in the chat box. Because we think that, okay, highly successful. There is no competition for her. She was the number one. Number one. Unmarried. Money. So much. And she was even awarded Bharat Ratna. But she says that she also went through ups and downs in life, in her journey. And what about Sachin Tendulkar? He says that there have been ups and downs, but it has taught us a lot in life. Going with the team through those ups and downs is a terrific journey. You know the difference between terrific and terrible. Terrible is bad word. Terrible is miserable. Terrific is good. Suppose you say this ice cream, it tastes terrific. That means good. If you say the ice cream tastes terrible, that means awful. So Sachin Tendulkar again, who was awarded Bharat Ratna when he was hardly 40 years old. And he says that he experienced ups and downs. Why? Every player cricket, in one match, out with a zero score, sometimes a century, ups and downs. So uncertain. It's a roller coaster ride. So ups and downs. Everybody experiences. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, Believe me, my journey has not been a simple journey of progress. There have been many ups and downs, and it is the choices that I made at each of those times that have helped shape what I have achieved. Is it not interesting? His own quote. If it is interesting, put I in the chat box. We may think that, okay, people just like that, they reach the top position. And here's lucky. Always we say, if somebody is successful, we use the word lucky. No, my dear friend. The luck is only if you buy a lottery ticket and if you get 10 crores, that is lucky. Or if your aunt or uncle or somebody leaves a will and all their wealth is given to you, then you are lucky. Otherwise, luck, no. People try to belittle. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. When I passed my examinations, the MRCP, American Board of Internal Medicine, in the first attempt with the size course, നിങ്ങൾ വലിയ ഭാഗ്യവാനാണ് കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എപ്പോഴും ലക്ക് കേട്ടോ. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലക്ക് എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ട്. And when my son passed with the distinction without any tuition in Trivandrum International School, അപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞാണ് ലക്കിയാണ് കേട്ടോ നിങ്ങളുടെ മകൻ. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ ജീൻസും ആണ്. Yeah, nobody is willing to acknowledge. It is a hard work. It is hard work. So Satya Nadella, those words, I'm showing all these things just to make you realize. I'm showing plenty of quotations from Indian personalities this time. I myself have gone through a lot of ups and downs in my life. It was not at all a smooth sail. WAHEEDA REHMAN, I have been through emotional and financial ups and downs, but I enlarge the positive and avoid negative people. So don't subsequently think that, okay, Dr. Reddiar, he didn't tell us how to. He didn't tell how to deal with ups and downs. WAHEEDA REHMAN. Avoid negative people. I learned that in the hard way. I didn't know that. It took many years for me to realize that there is negative people. That is some of my friends, or the so-called friends, very negative. When I am down, instead of encouraging me, instead of giving me the moral support, they were there to demoralize, demotivate, and criticize and blame me. So I learned it in the hard way. Now then, in the past some 15 or 20 years, if somebody is negative, I avoid such people. Is this advice good? If it is good, put G in the chat box. It's simple. It's simple. You can do that one. I am not here to talk about, yes, thank you, Roger. I am not here to talk about theory, which you can practice, which I have practiced. That gave me a lot of peace of mind. Otherwise, okay, they criticize. Already I am feeling miserable because of that down. And on top of that one, they are adding oil, hot oil. പൊള്ളത്തില്ലേ അതും കൂടെ ആടുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ഒരുപാട് നിൽക്കുന്നു, നമ്മൾ പൊള്ളുന്നു. റോയ് MCG ബ്ലാക്ക് ഷർട്ട് ഇട്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. മറ്റേ അവിടുത്തെ സ്റ്റാമ്പീഡ് മഹാകുംഭമേളയിലുള്ള ദുഃഖാചരണമാണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, അനുശോചനം. റൈറ്റോ? Jackie Chan, I assume at least 70% of the audience that you know this personality. I have seen too many ups and downs in the movie industry. They have shown people from different walks of life. Technology, Satya Nadella. Singer, Lata Mangeshkar. Sportsman, Sachin Tendulkar. Actor, WAHEEDA REHMAN and Jackie Chan. Ups and downs. Definition. What does it mean? A succession of both good and bad experiences. I think that many people, they didn't understand the meaning of this one. That is why I don't see many people in today's session. They might have thought, what is this ups and downs? Okay. Successes are ups, failures are downs. Ups and downs. Positive experience, negative experience. Ups and downs in 4 areas of life: health, wealth, career, relationships. Here, I would like to thank my dear friend, Dr. Santosh. Dr. Santosh. Last week, when I discussed about this topic, it was he who came up with these categories. So 4 areas. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, put S in the chat box. It will be easy for you to identify. Otherwise, it will be vague. It will be vague. Okay. Thank you, Krishna Arjun. Health, wealth, career, relationship. Silk Smita, the South Indian superstar. We think that we are highly successful. Yes, highly successful. Okay. She committed suicide when she was hardly 35 years old. Why? Because she didn't know how to cope with the downs. Downs. She ran into financial problems. She trusted some people. She gave her money, and some guy pretended to love her, and he also dumped her. So she could not manage that situation. Down. She ended her life. I wish she had contacted me before what she did. I could have saved her. Okay? So that is what happens. Silk Smita, down. That is one reason, my dear friends, you know, that is millions of people. I'm not talking about hundreds of thousands. Millions of people, especially in India and Kerala, they are addicted to alcohol. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. Why? Is it there to celebrate something? Is it because they are so happy? Some accomplishment? No, it is to drown. They don't know how to deal with the negative experience, bad experience, failures. Alcohol is a drug, you must understand. Alcohol is a medicine. In our pharmacology, we learn about alcohol. Temporarily shuts down your worries, worrying. So that's what alcohol does. And suicide also. Kerala, number 3 or number 4, the number of suicides. Literacy rate is high. Highly literate. But suicide is very high. Why? Why? What is going on? They don't know how to cope with the downs. Again, am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box, because I want to make sure that we are all on the same page. Thank you, Roy Chavanji, Yachandanji. So, that gentleman in the picture is Joy Arakkal. That is the house he built in Wayanad. Did you know? That is the largest, biggest house in Kerala. 45,000 square footage. 45,000 square footage. The Joy Arakkal, after his M.Com, he went to Gulf. started work as a clerk or something like that, and gradually, through hard work, and he became very successful, and in the shipping industry, and he was even given an award by the Kerala Chief Minister, Pinarayi, for the highly successful Keralite. What happened? All show, when you are successful, some people, they don't know how to manage success. They immediately squander their money. Show off 45,000 square footage. Do you think that is the stupidest thing to do? If it is stupidest thing, put yes in the chat box. Stupidest thing. And because of that, and he went into all sorts of financial problems, debt, and he committed suicide by jumping off from the 14th story building in Dubai. Ups and downs in life. During the up phase also, you must know, you must maintain some equanimity. He didn't. Trump is my role model. Trump is my role model, and I have been watching Trump closely since 2015. Yes, he was not a career politician. Just like that in 2015, he comes into the picture. He was not a congressman. He was not a senator. He was not a governor. He was an out and out a fuck-up businessman. Then his career graph, I was looking. Okay, President. Then what happened 2020? Down. Okay, down. He lost. Then what? The last 4 years, he was going from different multiple legal battle facing. Civil case, criminal case, New York, California, so many different states. And he was even convicted last year for his criminal case. I thought, okay, how can a person at the age of 78 think of again fighting and the contesting and winning the election? I thought that he is the unrealistic goal, unrealistic expectation. I thought that he is not going to make it. But he proved that I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. And he, that one, downs. It didn't demotivate him, did not discourage him. He maintained that optimism. And he was able to think rationally. And he won, and landslide victory. Believe me, landslide victory. Nobody thought that he will win like this. And you know what is going on right now after taking charge within the last 10 days. The entire world is now trembling with all his new policies, new ideas. So Trump knew how to manage ups and downs effectively. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Because I told you, my talk is based on facts, experience, and quotes. These are all facts, verifiable facts. Okay, thank you, Roy. These are all numbers, verifiable. I'm not here to talk bullshit. I'm not a speaker who wastes my time and who will waste others' time also. There should be some message. The take-home message is, learn from Trump. Learn from Trump. Don't see him as a politician. The problem is some people, politics, I hate politics. I hate politics. My dear friends, our lives are controlled by politicians. You must understand. Our life, everyday life in India also, politicians control. Your tax finance minister, she's a politician. Whatever you pay, whatever is happening, cost of living, petrol price goes up, the cost of living goes up. Who can control the petrol price? politicians. And I don't like politics. I hate politics. I hate politics. Then you are stupid. If anybody who say that I hate politics, I don't watch the politicians, those people are number one stupid people. Again, I'm asking you, do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Politicians, you can learn many, and immediately they come, oh, they are thick-skinned. No, they are mentally strong, my dear friends. To survive in politics is not easy. If we take an examination, say 100 people write the BTech examination, all the 100 can pass. But in politics, 100 people contest, only one person. In sports, there will be number 1, number 2, number 3. Olympics, gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. Here, no. Only one. How challenging it is. So learn from the politicians. Don't try to belittle. Okay, thank you, Santosh. Jayalalitha, former Chief Minister, Tamil Nadu. Again, she is also, for me, very good role model. Has anybody read the biography of Jayalalitha? If no, put N in the chat box. Put N in the chat box if you have not read the biography of Jayalalitha. No. Okay, Salkumar, thank you. No, thank you. It's worth reading. I can read Tamil also. So long time back in Tamil newspapers and Tamil magazines, I have read. And I also used to closely watch because I'm a movie addict. I watch a lot of movies. I must have watched at least more than 70 movies of Jayalalitha. And from that transformation, she lost her father when she was a kid. She lost her mother when she was in her 20s. An orphan. 10th grade only formal education. And the so-called the godfather politics, MGR, he died in 87. At that time, she was only a Rajya Sabha MP. Then he fights so many opponents inside the party. She had to start her own party initially. Ups and downs. She was chief minister, then she was kicked out, and again chief minister. That is because secret. She was a voracious reader. Her hobby was reading. What kind of books? Not fiction books. Not mainly fiction, mostly non-fiction, history, biography, autobiography. When she died, she left more than 7,000 books in her library, personal library. So again, the message, if you ask me, hey, how to deal with the ups and downs, follow Jayalalitha. And follow me also. I also didn't know how to deal with the downs long time back. When I started or cultivated the habit of reading, I myself must have read more than some 1,000 or 1,500 non-fiction books over a period of more than, say, nearly 45 years. Yes, empowered me. Just like Jayalalitha, her strength was that knowledge. My strength, that knowledge. Jayalalitha applied the knowledge. I also applied the knowledge. Is it clear? If it is clear, put C in the chat box. I have shared the truth factually. Salkumarji, thank you. Okay, Rajiji. Otherwise, I would not have been able to accomplish what I have accomplished. And when I faced all the challenges, problems in my personal life, professional life, social life, I was not demotivated. I was not demoralized. I was able to move forward because of the knowledge I gained from reading. In hard times, no less than in prosperity, preserve equanimity. This was in the before Christ BC era, is more than 2000 years old. A Roman poet, Horace. Do you know the meaning of equanimity? If you don't know, put N in the chat box. If you don't know the meaning of the word equanimity, no. Okay, thank you, Roy Chavanji. Sanal Kumar, no. Okay, good, because Musamiliji, no. Because I want to make sure. Because a term I shouldn't assume, yeah, everybody knows. Assumption is the mother of all screw-ups. So let us take a look at the definition of the word equanimity. Ability to remain calm and composed in the face of exciting or distressing situations. Composed means control your emotions. Ability to control your emotions. Exciting, happy. And distressing, unhappy situation. That is equanimity. Captain Cool mindset. Who? MS Dhoni, cricketer. That's it. That's the reputation he had. Very cool in the field. Did you know that? If you knew, put yes in the chat box. So I heard that only Dhoni was called Captain Cool. Dhoni was not at all perturbed. Very relaxed. And the team members, they love to work with him. Because the captain is temperamental. Then the other team members will also feel, oh my goodness, whether he will scold me, whether he will shout at me. No. Now look at the another sportsman. Do you know who this guy is? If you don't know, put N in the chat box. Angry. This guy was always used to throw temper tantrum. And many times he was penalty. If you don't know, put no. Chat box. This guy, if you don't know, what is the name? No. Okay. And that was, or that is, John McEnroe, tennis player, Wimbledon. Again, he won several times. But he was very, very wild, anger. So nothing is ever good or bad unless you think it so, and vice versa. All luck is good luck to the man who bears it with equanimity. Again, Boethius, nearly 2000 years old. Our own beloved Prime Minister, former Prime Minister, Vajpayee. Victory and defeat are a part of life, which are to be viewed with equanimity. See, how many people are talking about equanimity? And again, Vajpayee was always a cool person. He never lost his temper in the public. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. Soft spoken. And he was even a poet. Thank you, Sanal Kumarji. He was even a poet. Very pleasant mannered. Always with a smiling expression. Santosh. Thank you, Santoshji. So, thinking should become your capital asset, no matter whatever ups and downs you come across in your life. If you have not read the biography of APJ Abdul Kalam, put no in the chat box. Please. If you have not read, put N in the chat box. No, Roy Chavanji. Santosh, no. My recommendation, Krishnajan, everyone, especially the teenagers, must read APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography and biography. I have read The Wings of Fire, first one, then excerpts from different sides. He struggled. He was not born with a silver spoon. He used to even go and distribute newspaper just for making money. Successes and his thinking skills. In the previous talk, I said that thinking skills, if you know how to think, then you will be able to cope with all failures. In 1985, I read a book on whole brain thinking. In the last session, I displayed the title, and Dr. Shaji, he told me he has bought that one. Dr. Shaji, you got it, right? Raise your hand. Yes. And he has got it. Now he has to make time to read the whole thing. Some people, they get it, and then it goes into the shelf. That's it. No. You must make time to read that one. Yes. Whole brain thinking. Good. If Bill Gates could find time to read 50 books a year, Shaji, definitely, you are nowhere near Bill Gates. You can definitely find time to read this one book in 1 month. Bill Gates used to read one book per week. Okay? Whole brain. That one again. Oh my goodness, any problem, any challenge. I got the confidence and courage. It gives you confidence and courage, both. Failures or mistakes are opportunities for self-reflection and self-examination. If something goes wrong, tendency, many people, they immediately blame. They find fault with something else, somebody else. Sit and examine. Why did it go wrong? What is my role? Am I responsible? If I am responsible, what should I do differently? Most of the politicians, they do that one. That way, election, they lose. Okay, they change their strategy. They change their strategy. In the parliament election, BJP lost a number of seats. They changed the strategy. In Haryana also, they thought that the media predicted, oh, Haryana, Congress, not BJP. BJP won more number of seats than in the previous two elections. Maharashtra, nobody thought that BJP will get 132 seats from 105. Change the strategy. Self-reflection, self-examination, and change the strategy. Do you agree? If you agree, put A in the chat box. That is what we should do. Instead of immediately pointing finger at somebody else or something else. Thank you, Krishna. So that's what I do. Long time back, I used to again find fault with somebody else. I used to put blame on somebody else. When I changed, when I started introspection, examining myself, enda kuഴപ്പമാണ് ഞാൻ തന്നെയാണ് കാണിച്ചത്. I should not have done that way. I will never do or repeat that one. That is how I was able to cope with failures. And actually make a failure is a stepping stone of success. You must have heard that expression. Failure is the stepping stone of success only if you do the introspection and identify the root cause and address those causes. Otherwise, failure is not a stepping stone. It will become a slippery slope. You will fail. That will be repeated. Ups and downs in life are very important to keep us going, because a straight line, even in an ECG, means we are not alive. Ratan Tata. In ECG also, you can see upward curves, upward, and downward also. Whatever happened for the good. Whatever is happening for the good. Whatever will happen will also happen for the good. This is from Gita. This is thousands of years back. Don't sit and regret about the past. Past is gone. Present also, if you regret, and about the future, if you worry, nothing will. So that is from the Gita message. And again from Gita, you came empty-handed and you leave empty-handed. We don't possess things. Things start possessing us. That one, I frequently remind myself. That one. I came empty-handed. I will leave empty-handed. So why should I go on? People, oh, I want this much. I want this car. I want this car. Hey, empty-handed, I will leave empty-handed. Whatever I get in between, fine, good. I don't want to kill myself for making money. This Persian proverb, this too shall pass. When things are bad, remember, it won't always be this way. Take one day at a time. When things are good, remember, it won't always be this way. Enjoy every great moment. Even Swami Chinmayananda also, he also in his discourse used to say about this one. This too shall pass. That one deeply tattooed in my mind. During the down phase, I remember this Persian proverb. This is not going to be there forever. Yeah, nalladal varum, it will. When it's a good time, I know, no, it is not going to last. Let me enjoy now. Let me enjoy now. It is not going to be there forever. So that is that this too shall pass. 1/5 of the people are against everything all the time. Robert F. Kennedy, the brother of John F. Kennedy. That one also gives me peace. Because sometimes that is 20% of the people. Sometimes some people, whatever I say, they criticize. Any suggestions, any new ideas, anything, nothing there. Okay. So they will criticize. But after reading that quotation, I started feeling better. Okay, you cannot change. Some people are always there to find fault with you. Ignore them. Look for the majority, just like the democratic. It is the majority, minority opinion. We usually feel worried about the minority comment. Some people, they make all harsh, negative criticism. We get upset. Forget about that. Is this useful? Is this a useful advice? If it is useful, put you in the chat box. Because always there are some people, you cannot please everybody. All the time, Krishna Arjuna, thank you. Arjuna, thank you. And when I identify, some people are always like that. Avoid. That also I do. I avoid such people. Choose your friends carefully and wisely. Everybody wants friends. Everybody needs friends. It is your friends who will lead you along the path that you will follow. Very good advice from that religious leader. Choose the friends wisely. I didn't learn that one long time back. I thought that many of them, they are all good friends. When I was in trouble, when I needed really help, then I realized most of them were not real friends. They immediately became strangers. Or some people, just like enemies, they started blaming me or finding fault with me. Demoralize me, trying to demoralize it, demotivate, not to give moral courage or moral support. I learned it the hard way. I wish I had read this. I had read this quotation long time back. I didn't. A general truth is to have good sense of humor. Roll with the punches of life's ups and downs. Laughing at yourself always helps. I laugh a lot. I know Krishna Arjuna will agree. Anil Kumar will agree when I talk to them. And Gomar will agree. Yaitan will agree. Subrayelu will agree. Father Nelson will agree. Murli Mohanlal will agree. Sandosh will agree. I laugh. I see fun inside the humor inside. Any message is a laughter that helps in coping with ups and downs. And this she was an executive editor of New York Times. She was there for 17 years. She was just like that, fired. She was fired. And after that, she held a meeting. I watched that video. She was cracking jokes and she was taking it lightly. She was not at all upset when she was fired. If you expect your life to be full of ups and downs, then your mind will be much more peaceful. Captain Eshe. If you are not prepared for the downs also, always looking for the success, then you will be miserable. That's a simple quotation. Hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Hope for the best, be prepared for the worst. Then you won't be upset. You must have plan B or plan C. That's what it means. If you know that life is a roller coaster, okay, down phase, yeah, this too shall pass. Remember that quotation. This too shall pass. Surround yourself with good people who encourage and love you. There are always ups and downs, no matter how successful you are. Last 10 years, when I was going through a lot of harassment problems in my professional career, two friends, trustworthy, reliable, they loved and cared for me. That one gave me the moral courage, all the support I needed. One friend, he is no more. Dr. Siddiqui from Bihar. We did the residency training together 30 years back. Since then, very good friends. He was in Texas. I'm in Kansas. Any problem, anything, I used him as a sounding board. This is what I'm going to do. What do you think, Siddiq Bhai? I used to call him Siddiq Bhai. What do you think, Siddiq Bhai? And he would listen. Then if he said, yeah, that's fine. Or, oh, no, I think that it's better to do this way. A true friend, good friend, will give you the right guidance. And one Prem Chandran, engineer, he's still alive. He's in Florida. Only two. Many people, I realized, they became strangers, enemies. എന്തിനാണ് ഇതൊക്കെ വേണോ ഇതൊക്കെ വെറുതെ അല്ലേ എന്തിന് why are you fighting and you must have done something wrong. Don't tell me that you must have done something wrong, otherwise why should they harass you? So their assumption, I did something wrong. But when I won the cases, all the 5 cases, what was their response? They didn't even appreciate. They were very much unhappy because I won the cases. They were unhappy because if I had lost, then they would have been very happy. That itself I told you. You must have done something wrong. That is why you lost the cases. That's the attitude. Choose the friends. Be careful. People should remain unaffected by what others may say. A true man is one who overcomes the ups and downs of life with fortitude. Satya Sai Baba. He was again mocked by many people. Oh, he is a fake guy. He is a magician. He is doing this one. How many criticisms? Do you agree? He faced a lot of criticisms from atheists as well as the people from other religions. He ignored. And he is the only person, as I know, right, during that time, who did charity work. All the donations, the hospitals, Sai Baba Multi-Specialty Hospital in Puttaparthi, that is in Andhra, and in Whitefield in Bangalore, 100% free treatment. There is no cash counter. Can you believe that? No cash counter. Whereas Amrutananda Mai also getting a lot of donations. She didn't build that hospital through her hard work. Donations. But the charges, which is not at all cheap. It is very costly. Am I right? If I am right, put R in the chat box. Amradandamai Hospital is not free. Maybe out of 1,000 patients, we may give treatment for 1 or 2 people free. Then advertise. Yeah, charity. That's not charity. Satya Sai Baba, 100% charity. Thank you. A true friend is someone who is always there during the ups and downs. Cultivate strong support system. Okay, now the take-home message. What should you do? Social network, support group. Social network means friends, and identify some family members who are also loving, caring, and supportive. That's all what you require. Make sure that you have and maintain that relationship. Then the support group, people who are suffering like you, join that group. And you'll be able to, again, get some new ideas. I used to go to one church called New Age Church. In that church, they used to have a grief and loss counseling session. Free. Weekly once. I used to go there and sit and listen to them. I was able to learn a lot. Feel good, feel better. A support group. Philosophical movie songs. Oh, these songs, more powerful than any medication. More powerful than any medication. With no side effect. Any drug will have some side effect. I have plenty of collections. I have just sharing only 3 songs. Don't think that these are the only 3 songs. And now these youngsters, they are very unlucky. You won't find any philosophical songs in any movies. These days you find stupid songs like Vattakatta Kittikko, Kittiyake Ottikko, Vatta Vatta Puttukari. What is the message? Go and hug the Vattakam, camel. What for? So, those philosophical songs, Ponal Pogattum Poda, that is in Palum Palavum. If you have not heard that song, listen to that song. It is a Tamil song, but if you Google, you will find the English translation of the meaning. Lyrics, English translation of each and every sentence. Very, very powerful. Ponal Pogattum Poda, in the Bhumiyil Nilayai Vaazhuvaraadi. If somebody dies, some of your close relatives or friends, they die. It's a shock or pain. In the Bhumiyil Aaranu Nirantaramayitte jeevicchittulladu. Nobody can live forever. Jananam என்பது வரவாகும், மரணம் என்பது செலவாகும். Birth is a income, death is a expenditure. Kannadasan song is more than 60 years old, 64 years old. Listen to that song. Then Hindi song, Zindagi Ek Safar Hai Suhana. Yahan kal kya ho, kisne jana? What will happen tomorrow? You don't know. Maut aayegi din, like that. Hasrat Jaipuri song, Kishore Kumar. If you have not heard, have you heard that song? If you have not heard, put no. If you have not heard, put no in the chat box, my dear friends. I want to know whether, yes, Gomar has heard, and so I assume that is many people they have not heard. Again, English translation, lyrics. Then Malayalam. Ellarum pogunnu, in Anjali movie. Ee njanum pogunnu, engottenariyillallo, yatra engottenariyillallo. Verum kayyumayi vannu, jeevitha chandayil, Srimaran Thambi, Devarajan. Amazing song. I listen to that song at least once a week. Once a week. Sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. Steve Jobs. Every rise and fall was an opportunity for Steve Jobs. Has anybody read the biography of Steve Jobs? If you have not read, put N in the chat box. Biography of Steve Jobs. Please, if you have not read, N. Okay, Salkar, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. That is, I am actually giving you the right kind of advice and right kind of guidance. No. Amazing. He was not born with a silver spoon. He was abandoned by his parents. His biological parents abandoned him. He was raised by foster parents. They were not rich. So look at the pain and suffering. And he didn't have enough money. And in his own speech at the Stanford University graduation ceremony, he was the chief guest. Mentioned that is for getting a good meal. For getting a good meal, he used to walk 7 miles to Hare Krishna temple, ISKCON, on Sundays for getting a meal. And he used to collect the Coke bottles from the trash, because the Coke bottles, if you return, you'll get 5 cents. That will explain. And he used to lie on the floor. And he was kicked out of this Apple. He brought one guy, John Scully, from Pepsi. And that guy manipulated, and Steve Jobs was kicked out of from his own company. Betrayal, biggest reason. He didn't go and take booze. He immediately started 4 new ventures. And eventually they brought him back. And iPod, iPad, iPhone. Worth reading. If you have not read, there are already more than some 30 or 40 biography books on Steve Jobs. Read them to empower yourself. Upcoming talks on Thursday. Wrong diagnosis. Why? My dear friends, don't miss this talk. If you miss this talk, that will be very, very, very stupid thing. Why? Wrong diagnosis, wrong treatment. Who is responsible? Most of the time, patients are responsible. Doctors make the wrong diagnosis because the patients don't give a good history, right history. Don't miss that talk, and bring your friends and other people also. And this is coming from a medical doctor with more than 50 years of experience. Then toxic thoughts. Same passcode every Thursday. Did you find this session mind-blowing? This session is more than your expectation. It is more than your expectation. I don't think that you came expecting so many facts, so many quotes. Am I right? If I'm right, put R in the chat box. This is more than what you expected. Yes. Thank you, Royji. Much, much more than. Oh, this one I underestimated. When I chose the topic, when I started reading, I thought, okay, my goodness, this is like an ocean. Like an ocean. I think that I have done justice to this topic. If you like this one, I'll be uploading this one. Please don't forget to share it with your friends and other relatives. I'm going to stop the recording because it is going to be this 9. But we'll continue the discussion. So thank you all for actively participating.